Securely fasten the hinges on any doors. Ordinary matches. Watch carefully and remember. As you can see, it works. But what to do if the screw head is too small? You will no longer use this as a key. The wire in the wall will help hold this. By the way, cable ties can also be a great fastener. Tighten them with a nail, as you can see. You can easily replace the wire where necessary. How about some hot tea? Sounds like a good time to make a little pause. Too bad I don't have a kettle handy to warm the water. However, there is a way to make it yourself. All you need is a couple of razor blades, wooden sticks, and wires. It's time to get back to business. A little trick will help you put a screw into any metal, even the toughest. Not enough cable ties? Just put a few together. Trust me, this will definitely work. There you go. I told you, if anything, it's as easy to remove the cable ties as it is to secure them. Let's use some fire. Oops, the lighter doesn't work. Don't panic. I have a plan B. We just need some foil, tape it up and bring it to a piece of absorbent cotton. Discharge. Moments like this make you feel like a real Prometheus. But it seems like it's time to come down to earth and do something really useful, like making a clothes rack. Because that's where not only the theater begins, but any decent home. In general, I think in everyday life we definitely come in handy. We take the wood, preferably hardwood. We remove the splinters from the surface. Great! Now you can cut it into small bars. We will number each one, and that should make 10 pieces. And we cut the even numbered ones along the edges at an angle. Let's take a preliminary look at what we have. It's not bad at all. Now let's make holes in strictly marked place. For this is important to make a marking. A little more sanding and sanding again. Trust me, it's never in vain. We take varnish and coat each piece on all sides. We leave it to dry. And in the meantime, we take a metal pin, sand it, yes, again, and start assembling our design. That's it, piece by piece, string on the base. At the back, we fix the two slats. Be careful, the screws do not have to be screwed into all the bars, every other bar. We cut all the excess and fix it to the wall. It's very convenient. And finally, a tip for those who constantly forget to water the plants. We take an empty plastic bottle, we use a soldering iron, we make holes in the lid and in the bottom. Next, we need half of an ordinary cotton swab. We put it in the lid and twist it. And we attach a few long wooden skewers with duct tape. It's good to make sure that it's firmly attached. Done! Just pour the water and set it directly into the flower pot.
Our wire here is a bit loose. Luckily, it's an easy fix. Just cut off both ends of the cable clip and hammer it back with a nail. Next, we're making a duster drill bit. Cut the slits into both ends of one piece of paper and leave the other one whole. Create a notch in the dowel and glue 2 pieces of paper inside this notch. Now we can dust off our woodworking projects. Sometimes it's better to keep things simple. Here we're using a metal plate and a zip tie as an anchor to secure this pipe to the wall. Instead of throwing away this old shovel, we can turn it into a post hole digger. Scrape off the rust and cut off the shovel blade into a square. Use a vise to straighten the edges and then bend it back into a cylinder shape. Hit it with a few coats of spray paint and now you can start digging. To make it easier to find the end of the tape, most people just fold the tape back on itself, creating a tab. Instead of folding the tape on itself and leaving a tab of unused tape, it's better to fold the tape backwards. It makes the tape easier to grab, and the result is less unused tape. We can make a temporary foam brush to apply wood stain by clipping this small sponge. We can also use another clothespin to remove the old sponge and keep our hands clean. Here's a quick makeshift utility knife. Hot glue a razor blade to the teeth of a comb and let it dry. Now we can cut things like paper, aluminum foil, and foam. Here's a little trick if you have a screw that keeps slipping. Grab a piece of duct tape and put it on the end of a drill bit. Press down firmly. That should give it some extra bite. Every project could use an extra pair of hands. But what can we do if we don't have an assistant? We can build a simple stand using 2 pieces of wood, a single hinge, and some 100 grit sandpaper. We're going to use this extra piece of 2x4 to adjust the height of the stand to the appropriate height. If you need to reseal a glass bottle, we can cut off the top of a plastic bottle and then use a lighter to heat the plastic around it until it shrinks around the edge of the glass bottle. We can turn this old bike chain into an adjustable homemade wrench. We'll secure some square tubing in a vise and weld on one of the ends of the chain to the outside. Then tuck the remainder of the chain inside the square tube. When ready to use, pull out the chain to the appropriate length, squeeze, and then twist. It looks like this chair is a little worn out. We can make use of the legs by turning them into a spray paint turntable. This one is extremely simple. We're not even securing the pieces together. But you can add complexity to fit the needs of your projects. Next, we're making a DIY door closer to prevent the door from being slammed. Essentially, we're welding a nut to some rebar and then welding a spring perpendicular to the rebar. Next, we'll create a frame to hold everything together. Secure the spring, then pass the bolt through the nut like so, and secure it on both ends. Now we'll mount the door closer to the wall, then pass the rebar through the bracket and mount the bracket itself to the door. Now let's build a portable light bulb. Cut off the end of the extension cord for the plug. Glue the base of the light bulb to the plug and wrap the electrical wires around the appropriate screws and tighten. Twist on the casing and screw in the light bulb. Plug it in directly to the outlet. Our wooden clamps aren't as stable as we'd like them to be. We can fix that with a little bit of foam. Cut out some hand-sized blocks using a utility knife. Then heat the bar with a blowtorch. Now press the heated bar onto the foam block and then remove it. We'll repeat this a few more times, and now we've got some foam block stands. Sometimes glue dries and gets stuck in the nozzle, making it difficult to open. We can cut an oval-shaped wood tab to make things easier. Insert the nozzle into the wooden tab and then attach the nozzle back onto the lid. This gives us a little extra leverage. Here's a quick way to hold 2 pieces of wood together while the glue dries. Attach binder clips to one end and then hold everything in place by wrapping rubber bands around the 2 pieces of wood. You can wrap this wire around the thread of a bolt to make a little spring.